The initial kind of sense of our explorations in terms of doing a youth trip was thinking about World Youth Day. I know there had been people talking about mission trips, and so I just basically did a survey, and it was surprising how many people wanted to do a mission trip of sorts.
When I heard about this opportunity, I thought, here's my chance.
Wasn't exactly what I was expecting, or I'm pretty sure anyone else on the trip was expecting.
When we arrived to Chimbote and to the mission, we had traveled for a long time.
It was a surprise. I don't think any of us were expecting that when the doors opened and our bus pulled in to see all the people standing there holding the signs with our names on them, and the band playing and people dancing, and then when we got out of the bus, how we were immediately welcomed, and hugs and dancing with us and everything. It was pretty cool.
It was a fiesta. It was fun. It was like my sister's quinceañera, but put on a whole nother level.
It brought a smile to everybody's face, and you can even see that through our photos and stuff, how we felt special just coming off that bus.
Well, I was really curious as far as, what this house was going to look like. And so as we were driving through the different neighborhoods and eventually getting to the house, seeing just how they lived was just humbling.
The home, it was a dirt floor with just legit plants woven together to make walls and stuff.
I was grateful for the house I had back at home. I just can't imagine living like that all the time. It was, I don't know, I just felt bad knowing that I have all this stuff and this family almost had nothing.
I was excited to meet the family because that was such a big part of why I wanted to go, was just to see what it was like to really live in the culture and experience, what life must be like for those people. So to get to be with them and in their home and see how they actually lived was interesting.
I was expecting the kids and the family kind of to get emotional, and I think they were more on the excited side of it, that they were excited for the next chapter in this taking advantage of them getting a new home.
And so it was a beautiful gift to be able to provide something better for them. We had opportunities to also experience other things besides just building the house. I had an opportunity with Autumn and Colleen to basically enter into a young family's home. A man who had a tumor in his brain.
I felt honored to be a part of, Father giving the blessing to the dad, knowing probably what the conversation might have been like and how sad, the future of this family might be. That was really a memory that I'll probably never forget.
There was a group of us that was able to deliver a wheelchair. There was a mother who had 3 handicapped children, and so we were able to come and deliver a specially crafted made wheelchair for them. We had the opportunity to do a large fish and loaves distribution. We had some people that stepped forward from our parish that said, hey, we want to be able to do this. So we were able to spend time passing out food to, I think, over 200 people that gathered. First, I read from scripture, and then we proceeded to hand out bread, and then they bought the fish, I assume, that very day.
So I just remember pulling into this area where seeing all these people who were obviously waiting for us. They had been notified that we were going to be there to do this and to help get it all set up and seeing everybody be so gracious. We got to see one by one the faces coming forward as they came up to collect their fish and their bread, and just seeing their eyes and hearing their thank yous to us. That was really neat, being so face to face with poverty. What seemed like a little to us probably seemed like a lot to them.
I don't think that the distribution took more than 30 minutes to hand out food for over 300 people, which it went so fast and it was very organized and in sync, but I still feel like there's always more you could have done. Knowing that family or those families were able to at least have a meal for that night, or if not a couple meals off of that, it felt good. It truly felt like we were giving back.
I was handing out bread. Brayden, I was at the table with him, he would hand them the fish and I'd give them the bread. At first I thought it was just a piece of bread, but no, it's a bag of bread. And then after we finished our line, I got a pair of gloves, and they were both right-handed gloves. So one hand is like reversed. I took Aurora's job because she didn't want to touch the fish, so I just handed out fish at the end.
After the fish and loaves, I had a soccer ball and I got a group, and we played a game of soccer and then some volleyball. And we met this one kid, Karels. He is so sweet. He makes my heart melt. And then I'm gonna assume it's his brother or his buddy, Franco. They were both so cute and sweet.
I got dogged on. I'm so bad at soccer.
One of the most moving experiences on the whole trip was when we were able to do the home blessing. This means that we had finished the house that was ready for the family to move in. And it was an opportunity just to call upon the Lord's grace to bless that home. It would be a good dwelling place for the family. And so it was an opportunity for us to, in a sense, give over the gift of the home to the family. As we had finished up the house and had the opportunity then to go through there, walk through there, do the blessing, it was neat to see. The family had picked out vibrant colors, and so it was very colorful. It was very beautiful to see the beds in place. It was just really a tremendously neat experience to know, having seen, the home before we did the tear down, and what kind of conditions things were in, what kind of conditions the beds were in, and that type of thing, and to be able to give them, a new home and new furnishings was really marvelous.
I was shocked to see how everything had come together and how nice everything looked, and to be a part of the blessing, to see the family all united there, just being able to go through that process of what this new home was going to mean to them, and watching Father walk around to each of the rooms, sprinkle the holy water with the blessings, was a great symbol of this transformation that this family was now going to have.
It was a tearful experience. I know that the family, shed tears. We shed tears. And it was an opportunity to just be utterly grateful to God, just for the opportunity to help, the opportunity for them to receive, and the opportunity to know one another and be a gift for one another. So there was also this opportunity for us to give them gifts that we had brought. And so that was just a beautiful experience to be able to also, at that time, to hand over different things.
Just seeing them, their reaction on their faces, they were lit up when they got the stuff. They were so happy.
When I pulled stuff out, stuff that here I wouldn't really care much about, they were so happy. They got happy over the little things.
I remember very particularly when, out of our stash of stuff that we had brought, we had a hammer and a tape measure. And the father of the family, who works some in construction, just came alive. His eyes just lit up, because everything else was for everybody else, it seemed, but this was something that he could really use. And so that was a special gift to him, and I think a special gift to all of us, as we saw just kind of his excitement and his appreciation with that.
That was fun, and fun to know that we were making a difference, and we were contributing to, making their lives better for themselves.
A trip like this is impacting for everybody who goes. I certainly remember my first experience, and just life has really never been the same since. I look at things very differently, I think, through the eyes of the poor in many ways.
I would love to go back someday. It was something that, helps remind us of what's really important.
I would definitely go back and do another mission trip, whether that's in Peru or a different third world country.
With this nature of a trip, there's a tremendous amount of travel, but it would be certainly a gift to be able to return again, whether that's soon or later. It's completely in the Lord's hands. If you've ever kind of pondered in your heart, or in your mind, like, oh, I should do some kind of a mission trip, I would definitely recommend it. There's such an expanding of our very lives as we encounter other cultures, as we encounter the poor in particular. And there's so many ways in which we can really grow. And so I definitely would highly recommend this type of experience to anybody who the Lord would inspire to go. Maybe the day will come, we'll travel there again.